Hi everybody, my name's David and I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about buying individual health insurance. First off, I want to give you a little bit of my background. I am a former financial advisor and uh, health and life and disability insurance agent. So I have some specialized knowledge on the subject. And also, I am a consumer who has bought individual health insurance before because I am a self employed entrepreneur. And I don't think I've had a group health plan for, longer than 3 or 4 months in my life. So, having said that, I just want to go into a couple of points that maybe you haven't heard before, and hopefully you'll find some helpful tips from this. And basically, I just want to vamp about um, what you really should be looking for when you look at a health insurance policy, because is not there are not many ways to save a ton of money on health expenses through insurance, but there are some ways to waste money through health insurance. And I say that because basically, let's be honest here. The insurance companies, just like any other company out there, they're in it to make money, and they're not in it to hand out anything. So, if you have a pre-existing condition, for example, or you're a smoker, or some kind of you have some kind of ongoing expense that the insurance company finds out about or knows about, then your premium is going to be higher. And if you're going into insurance trying to, especially a non-group plan, trying to save some money on, let's say prescription drugs for a pre-existing condition, or prosthetics, or something that they know they're going to have to pay for, you're just not going to get a very low premium. You're not, it's never going to make sense. Over the long run, they know that they're going to make money. So my suggestion for people who want to save the most money, and let's just go with that for now, save the most money, is to use these insurance plans as a backup for an emergency. Okay, you slip on a patch of ice and you break your leg, and the surgery is $25,000. Boom, you have health insurance. Or you need to go to the hospital for some odd reason, or you need to call an ambulance, and you don't want to get stuck with a $500 ambulance bill. Great to have insurance for. Things that are not great to have insurance for are regularly scheduled checkups. You know things where the insurance company is going to know how often you're going to go, so they're going to build that into your premium. For example, if you went to the doctor twice a year and your copay was $20, then you would really only be spending $40 a year for your copays. However, if you are spending an extra $200 or $300 a year on insurance premiums just to keep those copays low, then it's not really going to make sense. Now, a lot of the times you will be able to get a $20 copay or a low copay along with a low insurance premium, for your monthly bill, but honestly, the copays are not really the thing that hikes up the price. The thing that hikes up the price the most is really like the added benefits. If you're going, sometimes you'll see on an insurance policy, you get 20 visits to a psychiatrist per year, and they're going to pay 75%. Now, if you're not going to a psychiatrist, then you really don't need to be paying for that, because that's just going to hike your premium. Also, the other things that really bring up the cost are obviously the deductible and the co-insurance. So the thing is that you need to strike a balance between what you think you will be able to pay out in an emergency, and how much you really want to pay out if if you're willing to pay a little bit extra monthly. So, for example, you could get a deductible of $10,000 or $5,000, and it will lower your monthly a lot. But if you don't have five or $10,000 or access to that money, you're never really going to be able to cash in on that insurance claim. Um, and if you have, let's say, a 50% or 30% co-insurance, then you get an expensive operation, and you're going to end up either owing the hospital a whole ton of money or not really getting good care. So it's really important that you strike a balance between what's your monthly premium, what you can afford in your monthly premium, and what you can afford if there was an emergency. I personally like to find something with maybe $1,000 to anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 deductible, because that's what's good for me. And usually I like to go with 0% co-insurance in case there's like big accident or something like that, or I have $100,000 surgery, or I need some kind of transplant. Then I'm not going to be paying for 30-20% of whatever the bill is. Now obviously that's going to raise my premium a little bit, but I don't need all the bells and whistles. I don't need maternity care, obviously. And if these are things that you need, then you need to build them into your policy, and you will have to pay higher premiums. And you will have to pay higher premiums if you're over a certain age, or the older you get, obviously it's more expensive. If you're a smoker, you're gonna have to pay a more expensive premium. If you have a pre-existing condition, you're gonna have to pay a more expensive premium. That's why it's really important, if you do have any of those factors, to get into a group health plan. You can get that through a number of different sources. If you went to university, you can check out if they had a group plan. If you join a number of different social groups, or I know that AARP, if you were in the military, you could probably get a group plan. There are ways to get group plans out there, and that takes the average of everybody's risk and pulls it together so that your rate will be lower. Now, if you're 21, very healthy, non-smoker, no pre-existing conditions, then it doesn't make sense to get a group plan if your work is not supplementing it at all. In that case, it almost makes sense to go outside of the group plan and check to see if you can get a lower rate, which is exactly what I did when I was working for a big company. They weren't actually subsidizing my insurance at all, so that it made sense for me to go outside of that group plan and get a lower rate. I ended up with something like $40 a month, and it was much better coverage. There was a PPO, so instead of having an HMO, I had more options of the doctors that I wanted to go to. Didn't need any referrals, and also you want to look at things like that. Is if you really want to go to the doctor that you want to go to, then a PPO is much better because it'll give you much more flexibility. With a POS health plan, you actually have to go get a referral from your doctor. I find that to be a huge pain, and it's costly. Every time that you need a referral, you need to go to the doctor's office. So I find that PPOs can sometimes actually be cheaper in the long run if you don't need a referral. So these are some of the things to take into account. Check out some of my other posts, some of my other videos. I go a little bit more in depth into this stuff. But health insurance can, especially if you're going individual, you're going for your family, or and it's outside of a group plan, out of work or something like that, can be really costly. I've seen plans for myself. I'm 25 years old. I'm in fairly good health. I'm a non-smoker. I've seen plans for myself, going up to $200-300 a month, and that is very costly. So, hopefully these tips will help you keep down the cost a little bit, and maybe if you compound it with some of the other things that I talk about, then you'll be able to get a affordable insurance policy. And I recommend eHealth Insurance. They really have the cheapest rates out there and the best comparisons. Good luck on your search, and I'll see you on buyingindividualhealthinsurancetips.com. Bye bye.